Hey everyone, it's Katan, the founder of BossBabeBlog.com, and I have many different tips and things that help me with gaining sales. But today I'm talking about three specific tips that help me with gaining sales faster in business. So the first tip that I'm sharing is to study your craft and your target audience's pressure points. A lot of times people think that just education of your craft is going to get you there, although education is key and it can help you with getting there faster. You're going to have a much faster rate if you study your target audience's pressure points and your craft, because combined you will be able to answer all of their questions and take care of them in a personalized way that makes them feel confident that you are the person they need to be purchasing from. So what do I mean when I say your target audience's pressure point? Well, let's break down target audience. When I say target audience, I'm not talking about a generalized audience that you wrote down three different characteristics. I mean an actual breakdown of the age of your audience, what they like to do for fun, what their beliefs are, what they don't like to do, what their pressure points are. And when I say pressure point, I simply mean what is it that they are struggling with? What is something that is frustrating to them? What's hurting them right now? What's stopping them? What are you going to come and provide a solution for? What do they have a fire out on right now? You're going to fire out. So their pressure point is what's bothering them, what's hurting them. Just like if you were to go to the doctor and they were checking your pressure points, maybe they push down on the area where your lymph nodes are and you say, ow, ow, that hurts, because you have a pressure point there, because maybe there's a boil there or something. But they're looking for your pressure. You're looking for their pressure points, just like a doctor would look for your pressure points. They will be trying to figure out where you're sensitive and where you're hurting or where you're vulnerable. And so once you figure out what their pressure points are, you'll be able to assist them better. And when you study your craft combined with their pressure points, you will be that ultimate package for them. Number two, get no's faster. So don't spend so much time trying to convince people that you're the one. Spend time trying to define what it is that you provide and pushing that out to as many people as possible. The more defined you get with what it is that you provide, the easier it is for a person to say, yes, you are the answer, or no, you are not the answer. Don't spend a million years trying to get somebody to see your value, or maybe spend money, or maybe make a purchase. Drop a link, have them book a discovery call, let them look at your FAQ page, and move on to the next person and keep going. If they want to sit down in a consult, have them book a consult, and you do that at a scheduled time, unless you're sitting down and actively answering questions about your business. But other than that, move faster, get more no's. The more time you spend on trying to change someone's no to a yes, the more time you've wasted when you could have gotten about 5 more no's that would have led you closer to your yes. So that means you need to get in front of more people ultimately. Don't focus on just one crowd. Everybody needs to learn about you, what you provide, and how you can help them. Because the more people that learn about you, the more likely you're going to find one person that says, I need that, and make the purchase. Number three, execute what you've been taught. You have to gain momentum. That's the message. Gain momentum. And the best way to gain momentum is through action. Because momentum isn't something that drops down in your lap. It comes from you acting. So when you learn about something that can help you gain more sales, execute it, and execute it well, and execute it consistently, and move on to the next behavior that you can do to help increase your chance of gaining sales. You've got to execute. I will give people tips and insight all day long, but if you don't take the information and execute it and say, I'm going to do it, it won't happen. For example, I gave a client a list of what they needed to do, specifically 3-step list on what they needed to do. That client went and executed that list quickly. That client now has published books. She has a community of over 2,000 people. She's consistently growing her brand. I have another client. I gave a specific list on what I needed them to do. They went and they executed that list, not shortly. Later. They didn't wait. They did it quickly. So as soon as they executed it, within less than a month, they saw times 4 amount of followers on their platform that they were on. So 400%, or more than 300% increase on followers. And they also saw a huge increase on viewage, okay, surpassing in the 2000s, 3000s. So that's what happens when you execute, because you gain momentum and you start to build. And when you gain this momentum, you build confidence, and you also build relevancy with other people. And people who look at you as relevant also look at you as potentially credible. So that is what you need to do if you want to get to sales faster, in my opinion, based off of my own personal sales experience as an entrepreneur and also as a cold call seller. Cold calls, man, that's a different atmosphere. But still, as someone who's been in a highly competitive selling environment, and someone that's been in a low competitive selling environment, someone that's been in a high volume environment, versus a lower volume environment, someone that's owned their own businesses versus work for others. I'm telling you, these are the things that you can do to get to those sales faster. Thank you for watching. If you decide that you would like quality consulting, a one-on-one consultation about how we could benefit your brand in marketing and advertising, head on over to bossbabeblog.com and go and book a discovery call. From there, we can determine if we're a great fit. And if we are, I'd love to get started with you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.